Imagine your future lifestyle being drastically impacted by inflation, things getting more expensive year after year, but your income staying the same. Sounds scary, right? In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to simulate the impact of inflation on your future lifestyle so you can make smarter financial decisions today that will help you avoid a future financial crisis. Stick around, because by the end, I'll share one little-known strategy that could change how you think about inflation forever. Now, here's the problem. Inflation is sneaky. It doesn't hit you all at once. It creeps up slowly, and before you know it, you're spending 20–30% more on the same things. This isn't just theory. It's reality. In my years of experience working with financial planning and seeing how inflation affects real people, it's always the ones who aren't prepared that suffer the most. So, let's dive right into how you can simulate the impact of inflation on your own future. First, you need to understand one core idea. Inflation isn't just about prices going up. It's about how much those rising prices will eat into your purchasing power over time. This means the lifestyle you're living today will cost more tomorrow. And if you're not planning for that, you might find yourself cutting back on things you love, or worse, struggling to maintain your standard of living. To begin, start by taking a good look at your current spending. What are your essential costs? Things like rent, utilities, groceries. Now, think about how these costs will change over the next 10, 20, or even 30 years. Don't just guess. Use an inflation calculator to project how these prices will rise based on average inflation rates, which historically hover around 3–4% annually. But here's the kicker. Just because inflation has averaged that in the past doesn't mean it won't spike higher. We saw that during the pandemic when prices shot up far beyond the usual inflation rate. Let me give you a real-world example. I've worked with retirees before who thought their $2,000 a month would last them forever. They had no idea that in 10 years, with 3% inflation compounded annually, their monthly expenses would balloon to nearly $2,700. That's a $700 increase, and that's the power of inflation working against you. Once you have a sense of how your costs will increase over time, it's time to simulate how this will affect your future quality of life. This is where it gets interesting, because it's not just about more money going out, it's about what you might have to cut out of your life. Maybe it's the nice vacation you've been dreaming of, or maybe it's a certain lifestyle you think you'll be able to afford. Without inflation in mind, it's easy to assume everything will stay the same, but the reality is very different. But here's a crucial step I don't want you to miss. Adjust your income projections. Inflation not only affects your spending, it affects your income too, especially if your income isn't growing at the same rate as inflation. So, think about how your salary or pension will grow over time. Is it keeping up with inflation? Probably not. If you're just relying on a fixed income or low increases, you could find yourself in a tough spot down the line. Now, here's the strategy I mentioned earlier. How do you stay ahead of inflation? It's about diversification. But not just the typical stocks and bonds diversification you've heard a million times. I'm talking about real assets, like precious metals, real estate, and even some types of inflation-protected securities. These can act as a hedge against inflation, ensuring that your future lifestyle is not just protected, but even improved. Here's the thing. I'm not incentivized by affiliate links to sell you some quick-fix investment strategy. I'm here to give you honest, actionable advice based on years of experience. That's why I'm telling you to take a long, hard look at your financial future and simulate the effects of inflation. Don't wait until it's too late. If you got value from this video, please consider subscribing. It really helps me continue to create content without any hidden affiliate agendas or commissions driving my recommendations. Let me know in the comments if you've started thinking about how inflation will impact your future, and let's keep this conversation going.